goal isn't to be fearless, it's to be courageous. I don't care what anybody says. Nobody is fearless. The people who you think are fearless are actually just really courageous. When I was about 20, I had a conversation with this older white lady at the library. And I was telling her about how I have really bad stage fright, but I love to sing. And she said, I have a feeling if you let your fear of singing be greater than your love for singing, you will die inside. Her words hit me so hard, I dropped out of college because I didn't want to go in the first place. I was just going because it was the right thing to do. But that's really not where my heart was. I dropped out of college and I told myself, I'm going to start going to open mic nights every week, sometimes twice a week, until I get over this stage fright. And it's funny because everything I am passionate about and I believe I was created to do, I have some level of fear and anxiety about doing. And I'm gonna be honest, anytime I'm about to record a YouTube video, I feel anxious, especially depending on the subject matter. But I still do it anyway because I know that I have to, because if I don't, I will die inside. But I also believe when you have gifts or wisdom that you don't share because of fear, you are robbing the world of your contribution. Ever since I was a kid, I've had somewhat of a shaky voice, and that comes from anxiety. So I used to beat myself up. I used to be like, oh, I'm never going to be able to sing in front of people. I'm never going to be able to speak in front of people. And I'm not going to lie, I used to kind of hate myself because of that. But somebody said something to me that really changed my perspective. They said, speak your truth, even if your voice shakes. If somebody is more concerned with how I sound versus what I'm actually saying, that's on them. I'm not going to beat myself up over something I can't fully control. I can pray, I can breathe, but if it still happens, I just have to say, F it and just push through. If something scares you, but you have this intense desire to do it, you have to do it because a lot of times your purpose is going to scare you. Me personally, I heavily rely on God. I have to depend on God to keep me strong. I have to rely on God whenever I feel fearful because I know that God does not give us a spirit of fear, but of love, power, and self control. Without God, I would not have the strength or courage to do any of the things that I'm doing. I think once you understand on a spiritual level, anything worth having is not going to come easy. You will know that whenever you fear something, you should actually move towards it because anytime you face a fear, it builds your character, it builds your strength, it builds your endurance. Most importantly, it builds your confidence. I used to have really low self esteem when I was a kid due to my upbringing and certain things that happened in my childhood. Once I got older and I started facing certain fears, it actually built my confidence. I used to have really bad social anxiety, and it was because I was in my head too much and I wasn't being in the present. Once I shifted my focus to human connection, just focusing on whatever human was in front of me and just being in the moment, that helped me out a lot too. Let's just say God blesses you to live to be 90 and you were to look back on how you're living your life currently at this age, would you regret how you lived your life? If the answer is yes, that probably means you're living your life in fear, which means you're not really living, you're just existing. So you just have to say, fear. Yes, I'm fearful, but so what? I'm going to do it anyway. Life is not a rehearsal. You have to show up and show out for yourself. Don't be afraid of rejection. Don't be afraid of failing. Don't be afraid of how people perceive you. You should be more afraid of growing old with regrets. You should be more afraid of how you will feel when you grow old because you didn't take a chance. Believe it or not, I had so much anxiety about dropping out of college. I had so much anxiety about starting a YouTube channel. I had so much anxiety about putting out music and performing and making music videos. But even though I had those anxieties and fears, soulfully and spiritually, I knew I still had to do those things because I did not want to be a 90-year-old lady looking back on her life with regrets. Also, if I'm being honest, psychedelics definitely helped me change my perception and face some of my fears. I'm not condoning it. I'm just putting that out there, maybe do your own research and figure out for yourself if that's something that will work for you. When you're 21, you wish you could be a teenager again. When you're 30, you wish you could be 21 again. When you're 40, you wish you could be 30 again. But it's not because of the age, it's because of the fact you realize you weren't living in the present at those ages. So you want to go back and redo it. You probably also realize you were living in fear at those ages. And now that you're older, you're like, yo, I had nothing to fear. I'm still here. It really wasn't that deep. It really wasn't that serious. Why didn't I just try? Why didn't I just take a chance? With that being said, fear will paralyze you if you don't grow some balls. Stop waiting to become fearless because that's never going to happen. You have to just step out on faith. I love you guys. I know I was a little fiery and passionate in this video. Make sure you like it. Make sure you subscribe if you enjoyed this video. And I will see you guys soon. Adios. Deuces. Bye.
As you grow up and get mature, you have a certain amount of faith. Our roads went different ways. You know, my life took a different road than Mary's did.
Did that demand any kind of bravery on your part?
Absolutely.
Were you nervous about what the people would say?
I'm nervous right now today. I'm nervous all the time. I don't know what to expect. All I know is I want to do well.